Look at the sand in this hourglass. If you are a naturally gifted student, this is often how your brain processes reality. You ace your early exams with minimal effort, and your mind tricks you into believing you have an endless reservoir of hours, as if time itself could flow backward whenever you need it to. Take Ryan. He spent his freshman year getting top marks by skimming textbooks the morning of the test. Now, he relies on that track record to justify spending his afternoons binging video essays and leveling up in multiplayer games. He is caught in a psychological trap called the hubris delay. This is the false assumption that raw cognitive horsepower can magically cover the gap created by weeks of total inaction, simply by cramming at some undefined point in the future. His grandfather watches this pattern develop from the living room. Having lived through decades of business cycles, he knows this behavior is a highly specific precursor to total systemic ruin. Instead of lecturing Ryan about his GPA, his grandfather sits him down to outline a historical parallel. He tells him the story of a man named Adam Reed. Adam was a corporate executive managing thousands of employees. When intellectual arrogance scales up to the institutional level, delayed work systematically dismantles an empire. This diagram maps Adam's early career. Baseline blocks represent action. He built wealth outworking competitors, compounding daily effort into a massive structure. The output stabilized, appearing entirely self-sustaining. But when the threat of bankruptcy disappeared, his survival instinct switched off, and daily maintenance ceased. Instead of reviewing quarterly forecasts or optimizing logistics, Adam began arriving at the office late. He spent hours locked in his suite, passively scrolling through social media feeds, convinced he had earned the right to idle. He was experiencing the lag effect. Massive corporate structures have immense momentum, allowing revenues to continue arriving for months, even while the CEO does absolutely nothing. This mechanical delay between his present laziness and its financial consequence fed his illusion of absolute invincibility. Business theorists call this operational atrophy. Complex systems fail quietly, deep inside middle management, long before the cracks reach the public-facing exterior. In this split-screen radar chart, the left shows Adam's perception, locked at 100% stability. On the right, objective reality, executives resigning and stability shrinking rapidly toward zero. In Q3, investors detected the internal rot, initiating a mass withdrawal of capital. When the stock price cratered, Adam finally looked up from his screen. He attempted to schedule emergency board meetings and call his creditors, but the phones were already dead. The lag effect had ended violently. When executives procrastinate at the highest levels, their distance from the factory floor guarantees they will be the last to notice a failure. By the time the collapse becomes visible from the corner office, the structural damage is mathematically impossible to reverse. Back in the living room, the grandfather lets the silence settle before delivering the final lesson to Ryan. Look at this dark fluid rushing over the precipice. This represents the asymmetric river. You can lose capital and earn it back. You can forget a concept and relearn it. But time operates strictly in a single, irreversible direction. Every hour spent passively consuming content is an hour permanently deleted from your ledger. Later does not exist. There is only the diminishing supply of now. Time strips away every natural advantage. A genius with a high IQ who delays execution will consistently lose to an average worker applying steady, present-moment effort. Raw intelligence is inert without the time required to apply it. Ryan looks down at the smartphone in his hand. The device is an active, ticking threat, quietly draining his future potential. Breaking this cycle requires physical intervention. It means turning the device off, placing it in another room, and deliberately severing the connection to the digital distraction. It requires taking all that nervous energy and applying it to the unglamorous, frustrating, immediate work in front of you. Reading the textbook, outlining the essay, laying the foundational bricks today. Put down your phone. Look at the tasks you are avoiding and focus entirely on the present. Till then, stay patient, stay grateful, and keep moving forward in life. Because the only reliable way to protect your future empire is to violently defend your time today.